Hello. Good thing I got 3 of them. What is up, fellas? We're not messing with anything, really. I'm trying to make sure that all of my video feeds work and the audio feeds work because I changed some settings in OBS that I think were causing some screen glitching before, where every now and then we'd get like this weird pause. The audio was always fine, but the video would get like choppy. So I'm trying to like move around and do weird stuff to make sure the video is not choppy anymore. Yeah, man, I flew it into the sun and got all disorientated. Oh, that was funny. All right. So I'm trying to move around and do weird stuff and see if anything gets choppy, and I wanted to try out a couple of other video sources as well that I haven't used in a while to make sure things are still working the way I expect them to. Yeah, right. So that's what we're doing. At 11 o'clock, everybody join into the RC Mass. Yeah, stop cussing. Ain't nobody was gonna stop cussing there, man. When Frank Sylvester gets on a roll, he just goes. All right, where? Somewhere on this silly phone, I've got an app that will fire the camera. Where's he at? It'll fire the camera of the phone into OBS. And I done forgot where it's at. There it is. Yes, allow access to all these things. What did Google do, Dennis? We're gonna go with NDI. Hey, there it is. Uh-oh. So yeah, there's definitely some funky stuff going on with the camera, but that's okay. We'll get it figured out. Well, the camera's fine. Dad's RC Hanger, what's up? So thanks for coming and hanging out, guys, and being the people that are confirming whether or not the stuff that I'm trying to do is working or not. Let's go, Dave. Oh, look at that. Hush, cat. Oh my God. This cat. You know, the dogs go outside and the cat thinks that he's got to go outside too. Thanks, Reitza. So we're testing out a couple of other things here too. You know, the reason I've got the phone in my hand is I want to make sure there's something. Oh, there we go. There we go. I want to make sure this is working too, because I mean, there's a lot of neat things that you can do. You know, having a phone. I can walk around and do funky stuff. So we're gonna flip over. All right. Can y'all see what I'm doing here? You know, where I've got the NX10 showing up inside the phone. Can y'all see that? Can you still hear me okay? Awesome. And I should be able to like look around and, you know, look at funky things. So, you know, if people want to see close-ups of stuff, like names on the side of planes, and y'all can see the other side of this, you know, crazy thing. And that's the camera looking at the other camera. And let's see what happens when I flip it. There we go. So I think I can actually change the audio source to the phone also, but I don't want to do that. Finger. All right, there's this stupid whiny cat. And let's flip over to, now I'm gonna flip over to the webcam source, which is actually looking behind the desk. So y'all should be able to see like behind the desk now. Ha! Thanks, TNRC pilot. All right, and this next one will be the right screen, which is what I'm looking at right now, and the left screen, which is another, you know, screen on the computer, webcam, and back to the main camera. So hopefully that all worked. And then I want to try, you know, going back to NDI. Going back to the NDI source, which is the phone. So y'all can see this damn big ass cat. He's like, you talking to me? Fat bastard. All right. So it looks like everything's working. We got the iPhone working again. It worked at once upon a time, but it was doing some funky stuff the last time I tried it out. So I wanted to make sure that it was working again. I've also got, like, the microphone has moved closer to me now, so that's cool. I mean, a 360 camera would be pretty cool, but at any given time with a 360 camera, what shows up on the screen is only like 90 degrees of the field of view, maybe a little more, maybe like 180. So, you know, you'd have to have some way to manipulate what it is that's actually feeding into OBS at the time. So it's still a little weird. Freaking cat. Yeah, the audio source is the same. for each one. I also got like a different tripod set up, and now that the phone is working, you know, I can kind of show y'all that craziness. So let's flip over to that view and transition over. Yes. Nope. It's not Monday. We're just doing some testing. So I got this crazy tripod set up now. Sorry, there's all kinds of crap. There's a FMS hat with the Sony camera and all that crap, and then I got the Yeti microphone back here. But this tripod, y'all, this tripod is slick. So it's got like a boom that I can extend out, or I can have it go, you know, vertical as well. But that having that boom horizontal, I can actually set that tripod up over here and have a boom, you know, where like the tripod is sitting, you know, like on the floor over here with the boom stretched out like directly over the radio, so I can have the camera facing straight down, not actually sitting on the table, and be able to record what I'm doing on the NX10 or whatever. Because the NX10, like the iX12, I can take the iX12 and feed the screen directly into OBS, right through like video capture. But with the NX10, I can't do that, right? Because I need a camera looking at it. So I needed to get a tripod with a boom that could hold the camera directly above the radio without having to have like a tripod sitting on the table. You know, because every time the table moves around a little bit, the whole camera would shift and get all squirrely. So with that, I should be able to start getting all the videos that I want to make for the NX10 done, as well as be able to show off like whatever I'm working on the table and do a better job for you guys. So really what I want to do is make sure that all the video feeds through the video capture through the AX53. Northeast FPV, I love that AX53. It is fantastic. You know, right now we're only doing, you know, 1080p through it, but it should still look pretty good. And I think that yeah, that's right. I put a live cat on my mics. You know, the dead ones start to smell funny after a while. Yeah. The that AX53, I really like it, and I think that what you're going to find is a lot of the, you know, because of that stabilization. I mean, the lens inside that AX53 is on like this crazy gimbal, man. So you can be shaking the camera all over the place, and that lens is going to stay rock solid. And what we found when filming airplanes with it or whatever, is that you can set there's a manual adjustment ring on the front that you can set to manual focus if you want to. But, you know, we found that the autofocus works pretty dang good on this camera. You know, because it's a purpose-built video camera. It does really well. You know, for video, it's better than like the folks that are using like the DSLRs and the mirrorless cameras to make videos. I mean, this is made to make videos and not so great at what do you call it? You know, still imagery. It's not so great at taking pictures, but it makes really good videos. And some of those other cameras, you know, they're really great at taking pictures and not the best at making videos, you know, so they don't have that same functionality for autofocus and stabilization that this camera has. So I find that the AX53, it's probably one of the better 4K cameras on the market that still fits into kind of that prosumer style budget, you know. I found mine, I got a really good deal on it here in Atlanta. I found one at a local place that does, you know, buy, sell, trade stuff. I mean, kind of like eBay for cameras, right? I found it, I think I paid $500 for it. And it was effectively brand new, you know, so whoever had it didn't really use it that much. I've had the thing now for about a year and have had incredibly good luck with it. And it's a fairly old camera by today's standards. I think it was released about 5 years ago. But they just released the AX43. So they had the AX33, and then they made the AX53, and then they made the AX43 in 2020. And the AX43 sits between the 33 and the 53. So the 53 is still the top of their Handycam line. You know, and then they have like the AX700, which gets more into like a professional range, full frame, you know, setup. But anyway, enough about cameras. There's people here talking about RC stuff, so let's talk about that. Andy Cho. Hey, for the guys that are new to the stream, welcome to the stream, man. I really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out on a Sunday afternoon. We're not going to be live very long. I'm just making sure that the camera's working and we're not getting any glitches, and I'm trying to be mobile because, like I said earlier in the stream, we were having some choppiness, and it was one of the settings with my capture card. So I don't really know what to do with my hands right now. I don't really know what to do, but I just want to make sure that it's not like freezing up and getting choppy in the stream. So Andy Cho, Dave, am I able to program my radio to have safe select and on a switch? So have safe select and AS3X on the same switch. Is that what you're asking? And fly with dual rates and expo. If I'm reading your question right, the answer is yes. You know, the whole point of a safe select switch, you know, is to have a switch where we can select the mode. You know, so we would have like safe AS3X and you know, gyro off. That's how I set mine up. I have an off switch, AS3X, and AS3X with safe. And then I have a separate button for all my dual rates and expo settings. So you can absolutely do that with any of the NX radios, you know, so the NX6, NX8, NX10, the IX12 and IX20 can do that no problem. And so your DX8, DX9 can do that no problem. Your DX6 may run into some issues because of the limitation of channel count. So if you're running an airplane that's got, you know, throttle, aileron, elevator, rudder, flaps, and landing gear, you kind of run out of channels to be able to do a safe select switch. So if you're running a DX8, you're not going to run out of channels. DX9, you're not going to run out of channels. But a DX6, you can find some limitations when you're running when you're running a receiver that has all 6 outputs hooked up. Anyway, I hope that answers your question. The answer is yes. You can do it. Yeah, Noons, I saw that, man. That does look kind of like a pain in the butt. You know, there's I think Bardwell's got a few videos out now that explain, you know, how to get them activated without having the new drone. Oh, is it? Roach Coach, is it still Sunday morning? Sorry, guys. So Andy Cho, yeah, your safe select switch should flip between safe select and the and just AS3X mode. You know, so when you're programming your airplane, or when you're first turning on your airplane, so if it's like a Horizon plane and you plug in the bind switch, or you plug in your bind cable, and we're talking like an AR636A or AR636B based bind and fly airplane, you would plug in your bind plug in your battery. I believe you disconnect the bind plug at that point, turn your radio on in bind mode, let the radio bind itself. After it's bound up, you know, restart the receiver, all that good stuff. And with the transmitter in high rates, because you have to be in high rates for this to work, you take both sticks and move them down into the inside, and you take the switch that you want to be your safe select switch and you flip it 5 times. And after you flip that switch 5 times, that switch will go between safe select and AS3X. If you did that improperly, the plane will stay in safe all the time, right? So if your plane is staying in safe all the time, you probably didn't, program that safe select switch properly, and that could be the issue that you're running into. But for the most part, like your safe settings and your dual rates and expos are exclusive of each other. You can still program dual rate and expo even in safe mode. So when you take it into AS3X safe, you can still have, say, 100% rates, 80%, 60%, 20% expo. Your rates and expos have nothing to do with your AS3X and safe select. Oh, Robert Ortlepp, that sucks, man. That's the risk you take. And I think that a lot of folks are going to be getting that new DJI drone because they want to go fast. And it's a pretty quick drone. If you're using that thing as like a chase quad and trying to do like freestyle stuff with it, running it through trees and, up and down buildings and whatever, I mean, you're going to break it. It's not built like other quads out there. I really don't think that thing is like a 6mm carbon fiber chassis or frame. It's not built like a tough as crap freestyle quad. A lot of those freestyle quads, man, those things are built with some meaty frames and made to, to get beat down. So it looks like we might be locking up. All right. So my internet's acting funky here. If things start locking up and getting bad, I apologize. Andy Cho, no problem. Yeah, that's the internet connection. I don't have any control over that. But it looks like all the other stuff. Yeah. Like I said, the internet connection is hurting right now. I got like a big red dot, so it keeps going. I mean, it looks like it's back to normal now, but the light's still red. So it's all over the map. It is. Matt comes in here and he's like, "Oh, it looks great," and then he jinxed it. and ruined it for everybody. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut her down. I appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out here for a moment while I tested some different video sources and made sure the audio source worked. You know, it looks like things are going a little haywire right now with the internet connection anyway, so it's as good a time as any to go ahead and shut it down. And hopefully tomorrow night, whenever we go live for real, we won't have all these issues with, you know, the internet getting all wonky on us. But anyway, you guys all have a great Sunday. Hopefully you guys can get out and get some flying done. I have a doctor's appointment here in about an hour that I got to go to. That should be awesome. And yeah, I know, kid. You know, I guess it's just people on Sunday afternoon trying to watch their church services live or whatever, interfering with my bandwidth, man. Give me back my bandwidth so I can do important stuff. Anyway, you guys all have a great weekend. We will see you tomorrow night.